not saying that Hitler was right. I just
stop!
Oh shit,
we are live.
Oh, we're live. Oh no!
I mean, yeah, they were horrible, dude. They were horrible. Absolutely horrible.
That was just horrifying. Hello, everybody. We are back and streaming against Zerk, which is kind of tragic, but you know, shit happens. I'm here with my co-host every week, Dean from DA Talks.
Yo, I was told to have more excitement. Is that good? Is that?
Don't ever do that again.
Don't.
You tried.
What's up, Geeks and Gamers?
Oh Lord,
that's
we're here with another video.
And of course, we've got Ray, also known as Saggy Melons. I don't know if I'll be able to call you Saggy.
You want me to change it? Okay, I'll just
no, leave it. You're fine.
Change it.
And of course, Darth Daddy Lunga.
Yes, I'm here because the ratings were low. So that's why.
We did good. Fuck you.
Yeah, this week has been filled with all sorts of weirdness. Mostly because of Geeks and Gamers. So there's been some tension brewing between the Fandom Menace and ComicsGate, but mainly between
you mean the alt-right?
Between the Fandom Menace and Ethan. But Ethan being, you know, ComicsGate, like the head honcho, it sort of falls into the ComicsGate category. I am interested to see what's going to happen though over the next couple of weeks as the fallout, because there's so much crossover in the fandom, who ends up on the Ethan side and who ends up on the Jeremy side is going to be kind of interesting.
I'm not sure that they're gonna have like a split like that.
I'm not sure. I think there will be, mainly because of the other channels, the other Geeks and Gamers channels that fall under the brand. You know, maybe not Jeremy, because he seems like he's, he and Ethan claim to be cool with each other, but
it's like picking a side in a war against North Korea and China. It's like, really? Do we care?
No, but as an observer, it'll be interesting.
Obviously.
I'm not invested in it one way or another because I don't give a shit. I don't follow Fandom Menace. Most of War Campaign came from Fandom Menace, so I had no interest in seeing what they were all about.
Yeah. I just think the Fandom Menace is kind of dumb, but hey, Ray. Oh, hey.
Yeah, because now I'm Fandom Menace, right?
Well, I mean,
rejects.
Literally all your friends except me are. I mean,
and me.
That's not true. Not all of them. I mean,
all right. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. A good majority. How about that?
A good majority aren't. A few are, but it's whatever. Everybody does their own thing. I don't care.
I still like you, Ray.
So this is actually an intervention for you, Ray.
Oh, that's what this is. Oh, that's why I was invited. It's an intervention. Okay.
That's the only reason you were here. Now.
Damn, I knew it. I knew it was a setup. I knew it was a trap. Damn it.
So it all started with a charity stream. Jesus. Geeks and Gamers signaling their virtue, trying to get Zack Snyder on a stream with them so they could get clout points, I guess.
The way Jeremy explained it, he didn't want that. That's my understanding. He didn't want that at all.
Stream. It wasn't even his channel. It was his associate Uche.
Yeah, but they're under the same brand.
Yeah, it's his team.
Jeremy still controls. I mean, he says they're individual channels, blah blah blah, but there is still rules and shit that they all have to follow, and they have to do things a certain way.
Right. It's like with those other YouTubers, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they got the little house thing, the Clout House or something, Cloud9 or whatever the hell it's called.
It's a brand. Yeah. Just consider it like a network. It's a brand.
Yeah, it's a network brand. Yeah.
It's like if a bunch of smaller YouTubers slap the all caps comics, brand in the corner of their StreamYards.
Right.
I would be the
or that StreamYard copyrighted logo that you guys have.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I'm cheap and I'm not paying StreamYards for shit.
You could just, learn OBS, Vicky.
Yeah, you could.
That seems hard.
I do not have enough processing power in my laptop to run OBS.
No, I had to rebuild my computer for that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to have to wait until I have some more money. But if you want to, so Dean, if you want to play clip number 1.
Yeah, of course.
And then that'll sort of lead us into the rest of the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't boomer it though.
Fuck you, Ray.
Well, you know what? We do something well also at Geeks and Gamers. We bring in talent. And me, Ryan, and Lethal worked together, made connections, and got a certain someone on the phone to talk business. And what we came up with was
Sorry
the
to the chat
hashtag
for
Snyder
having to
Cut
listen to this
E,
guy for so
March
long.
17th
He
fundraiser
doesn't stop
special
talking.
event with Zack Snyder on my channel, Uche Waneri, the Observant Lineman. We will be raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Just a quick thing before we get started. I know that on our
Can we do a slow zoom in on Ryan at this part?
Gamers logo.
I
just wanna
wish.
say that I really we talked about this, and we're really not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers as far as I'm concerned, and I really just want to make that clear. And I also want to just say, in light of recent events, I think we really, if Justice League teaches us anything, it's about coming together, and there's no room for hate. And I just think that it's important. It's an important message, and of course, as the father of Asian children, it really hits close to home for me. And I just really want to put that out there that we all, there's no room for hate.
All right, here, let's get to the Ryan.
I just want to pause though. Does it sound like he's saying that they're a hate group?
No, to me, this is, I'm gonna be honest.
It sounds like he's saying that it's about the charity, like
right. There's a lot of
the
interpretation in this, okay? And if you're on the side of the Fandom Menace, you're obviously gonna hear that. You're gonna hear he's linking us with that because that's what a bias does. It sounds like 2 sentences he says in a row.
It sounds like he's saying it's about the charity.
Right.
It's
right.
To me, when I first heard it, I heard 2 separate thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
Clumsily, very, very clumsily gotten out of his mouth. Like I just did right there.
Classic Zack Snyder. If you ever listen to him talk, there's a lot of ums and he stumbles a lot when he talks.
Yeah. There was the thought of, there was first the, what the fuck is this logo still doing here thought, which is his first one. So he says something about it. And then he goes into the spiel that he was gonna use that he had prepared. About, because there had just been that shooting in Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. I don't watch the news anymore. I just can't. And then that was, all the victims were Asian. So this happened only 2 days after that, I think. So that was, that was going to be his regular spiel, and I don't think they were connected at all.
Yeah, I mean, if he like who pointed that out? Oh, some loser in the chat. He wouldn't be there if he thought they were a hate group.
Right. And the thing is, I can see why initially maybe people were confused, because if you didn't know what happened in Atlanta, it wouldn't have made sense. Because when I first heard it, I didn't know. I was like, what happened? And then when I found out about what happened in Atlanta, it made more sense to me after the fact. But I could tell at first watch, when you were watching it live, there was easy confusion. Because again, if you didn't know what happened in Atlanta, because all the celebrities were talking about it as well, you wouldn't have put that together until you realize that. So I can understand the confusion, but at the same time, it's like, I wish they would have just asked him after the fact, or asked his team, like, what was that meaning? Can we get context so we understood what was happening?
Matthew Fowler, that's hilarious. And WG Phil says, you're a lying sack of shit. It was 6 Asians, 2 whites, and 1 Hispanic.
Like I said, I don't follow the news.
Yeah. Well, they said you're a lying sack of shit, Vicky.
People died. Here, people died. How about that? People died.
Yeah, like that Doom guy. Sorry.
Right. But just to distinguish, there were no pedophiles that Dean was ordering to be shot in this event. So
yeah,
just so you know.
Jeez,
just a coincidence.
Swear to God.
So if you want to.
Yeah, I was like,
your show. I'm not going to carry. Hey,
Dean
I'm not
stopped it. I was just. Dean stopped the video. I was waiting for him to start it back up.
No, you started.
That's the way we're going to start this, because it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Oh, that got overlooked. And
it's overlooked. Oh my goodness, do you believe that?
That was a local mistake
that got overlooked. Do you really believe that? After watching the context of that announcement, we're gonna have some bitches cry. Put those two together. Think, like Jeremy is on the thumbnail. Think. Oh, it was a mistake. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, when I put that file on there and I accidentally opened up that data transfer, I accidentally hit that upload button. Well, whoops.
Yeah, you gotta accidentally click a lot of buttons to get that. A lot of accidental clicking there.
My thoughts about the whole thing is I think I know they did it on purpose, not removing the logo.
Right.
And they were hoping for a reaction so they would have something to rally the troops around.
We're going to have a lot of bitches crying.
They're going to have, yep, that's exactly, they said that on a previous stream. They're going to have a lot of bitches crying when the announcement stream. And I think they were hoping for some sort of reaction from Zack Snyder so that they could then milk it for views.
Another Gina Carano.
They needed a whole nother incident that they could pull everybody together around to strengthen the brand.
So we got a couple people in the chat that seem to disagree. But like I think the biggest point is if Zach thought they were a hate group, he wouldn't be there. Also, no. I'm sorry this is too gay for you, Larry. But also
to answer Larry's question though, because I did see the question, he addressed it to you, but the whole thing is DAY Zach and Geeks and Gamers off the charity image. If he doesn't think they're a hate group, no, that wasn't the one I saw. Where the hell was it?
No. Well, that's a good question. The thing is that they knew they weren't supposed to have that logo.
Right. And if the incident didn't happen with the shooting, Zach wouldn't have mentioned it. That was just a pre-prepared thing that they were going to talk about to begin with. I mean, they were doing it all day.
Yeah, he'd been streaming for days. Like,
right. And I was saying, Larry, is there an acceptable level of gay that you're comfortable with? Just let us know. Hit us up.
Because trust me, Lunga has a lot.
And, yeah. Well, there's many acceptable levels that we can work with.
To answer that question, why does Zach want the Geeks and Gamers logo off the charity image? From what I was told is that the page that logo was on, there's like clothing auction where there was clothes that were being offered that was signed by some of the cast. And I think the whole thing is they didn't want people to be confused with the brands because WB has their own brand, Geeks and Gamers has their own brand. I think people didn't want the confusion of the association, which is why someone told Zach, and there's a lot of people who say different things about why Zach said it, but my thing is somebody probably told him when the logo was still there to clarify so nobody there was confused. And
I accidentally kicked Dean.
Was it an accident? Was it really an accident though?
Dean, come back.
That was an accidental click, just like the Geeks and Gamers. It was an accident.
It was an accident, Dean. Honest.
Look at the face.
I know. Gotta get a little extra excitement here. He's still there.
Well, Larry said there was zero gay that's acceptable, so Vicky kicked me.
There you go. Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Not true.
That's fucked up, Vicky.
That makes sense, though.
But yeah, again, it comes down to, again, everyone's going to look at it from their perspective and their biases, right? If you're a part of a crowd that believes Hollywood is out to get you, they hate the fans, it's very easy to link those two together, right? I understand if you're of that mentality. I also would like to say, if you are of the mentality, you're a fucking idiot. So that's the goddamn problem right there. They don't all hate you. You're pretty much irrelevant to them. That's the thing. It's not, hate is too strong of emotion for people who don't really care that much. Other than you. Yeah, you know, I hate you too. But if you look at it just pragmatically and unbiased, come on, guys. Geeks and Gamers is not something he is affiliated with. He's as obligated to say, listen, I have no affiliation because that logo was not supposed to be on the site. That's common freaking sense. Also, people were shot that day. He brought it up. He has children who are Asian descent. He talked about it. You don't have to necessarily link those two together.
YouTube channel. You say there was not confusion that he was on 50 other streams.
Yeah, but how many of those streams had a logo?
Right.
That wasn't supposed to be there. That was then asked about, like.
Right. That's completely different. All those other 50 streams he was on wasn't all just a brand, and the logo wasn't on the website, and he didn't have to specify. It was a confusion thing because he didn't know. How is it not a confusion?
Thank you for putting up this comment, Dean. Thank you for putting up this comment. Oh, Vicky, thank you for putting up this comment, Vicky. Right, because Zack Snyder, on the eve of the biggest movie event of his career, of this huge thing that was going on, of being on all these multiple streams, all he could think about that day was getting back at Geeks and Gamers. That's
right. Right. Like I've been saying, people don't understand that people like Gina Carano, Zack Snyder, all these people that are associating with whoever they want on the internet, they don't have the time to literally go back and watch every single video. Because I heard this argument about Gina Carano being part of like a Fandom Menace, like Drunk 3PO's thing, and they're like, oh, do they know what kind of group they're? No, she doesn't know. She just knows there's nice people that are reaching out to her and they're fans, so they're gonna be nice to them and be like, sure, but they're not.
She also made friends with the nicest person in the Geeks and Gamers community.
Yeah, Drunk 3PO is pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. But I have rarely have I found anything that Drunk has said that is out of pocket. He's a decent guy. He just doesn't like what he did to the movies, so I can give him props.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like they pay people to do this research, if anything, but they do it because they're doing it for the fans. They're too busy making movies to really spend the time to be like, oh, what's this Geeks and Gamers about? Like, no, come on, get it together.
I think because it came on the heels of that Medium article by Rewriting Ripley, they were mentioned in that article, so that probably had why they were feeling extra sensitive about it. Just saying. And speaking of, so we have the second one, which is from the Fallout, actually, of Ethan's live stream the night it
Spirit
happened.
Scar. That's Darth Lunga.
Yeah, I know. Listen, the estrogen just isn't getting to my vocal cords. My ovaries plan to drop soon, and my voice will go up a few octaves when it happens.
It's funny because Spirit Scar does know who I am, so it's just funny. He knows who I am. He just doesn't remember.
Stop you from killing Chinese people. And to me, no, he'll never stop me from killing Chinese people, ever. I don't care how many movies he makes.
We haven't killed enough.
Give me a Tommy gun and line them up against the wall, as the great Stan Lee once said.
Hashtag nuke China, all right.
That's right. Okay. Like, look, if there's one thing that the Justice League movie teaches us is there's no room for hatred. And so maybe that's why I'm here, to walk among the Philistines and see if I can change some hearts, stop you from killing Chinese people. And to me, no, he'll never stop me from killing Chinese people, ever. I don't care how many movies he makes.
We haven't killed enough.
Give me a Tommy gun and line them up against the wall, as the great Stan Lee once said.
Hashtag nuke China, all right.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me read more super chats.
I don't get it.
It's tasteless. No, listen. It's tasteless. It is.
Tasteless.
It is tasteless, but it's obviously a joke.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't get it.
It's extremely tasteless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it though.
Yeah,
if we're gonna talk about there's. I started off the stream with a Hitler joke.
Exactly.
But,
so
yeah.
But as a YouTuber with a big platform, and you know that it's 2021.
I don't think the platform should really make the difference of whether or not it's acceptable or not.
Let me put it.
If it's not acceptable, it's not acceptable for anybody.
Right. His YouTube channel, first and foremost, is an entertainment channel. He does shit to entertain people and make people laugh.
But you're misunderstanding. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that in 2021, on a platform that has 100% changed the way it operates as far as in terms of service because of things like that. My whole argument is I get it's a joke and I'm all for jokes, but it's like, you should know that you're going to get flagged because you have people.
Should you expect it?
Yeah.
Sure. That's what I meant. Exactly. Yeah, you should expect it. It's like expect it.
But I don't think that makes it okay for it to be flagged.
Yeah,
no, YouTube doesn't. But
YouTube did take it down. Yeah. He didn't get a strike. YouTube did take it down with a strongly worded letter. And so, but here's part of what I think Ethan does. Okay,
Vicky, can I ask you a quick question before you continue?
Yeah.
Was it taken down because YouTube found it, or did someone flag it?
It was flagged by the rewriting Ripley chicks.
Gotcha. Okay, you see, so that's
EVS.
Right.
Yeah,
they're the ones. Understood it.
They're the ones that actually posted the truncated clip to Twitter in the first place, right? So, and Ethan's a smart guy. Before anybody accuses me of, trying to suck up too much to him because he's in the chat, I was planning on saying this anyway. But he's a really smart guy, and he knows what he's saying, and he's been doing this a really long time. And he knows that if they clip it and they take parts of it and clip it out of context, he's got the ability to say no, because this is really what I said.
Right.
And that's exactly what he did. YouTube didn't find it horrifying enough that they struck his channel.
No,
because obviously it was a joke.
It was a joke,
and I'm
Vicky,
cool with the joke.
I know we know you are, because you're just a horrible human being.
But that's what my point was. That's what my point was. You should expect it with 2021 cancel culture is a thing. You say an off-color joke, and guess what? You're gone. That's just what it is.
Ray, do you say the same thing as Snowdub? Because he makes the same off-color jokes.
Again, I'm still saying if you make those jokes in 2021 on YouTube. In 2021, it's going to happen, especially if you have a big platform and people don't like you.
Now, I am going to say, I think Malin took it a step too far, but I think Malin's a dumbass. So,
but a step too far, what is a step too far, right? Because I don't think, is a step too far, make it okay for it to be flagged? Because I don't think so, which really makes it not a step too far for me.
Lining them up, maybe that's a step too far.
Oh no, the lining them up part is kind of what I.
Tommy gun,
the Tommy gun thing, I was actually okay with. Right. Lining them up.
Ethan's jokes landed. We were good. It landed, and then Malin just doubled down on it.
Oh, so it was just a bad joke. But who cares? I don't care.
Clearly, people care.
All the bad jokes you want. What?
Here's the thing. This is how I look at it. Everybody obviously has the right to criticize. Everybody has the right to say, hey, I didn't think that was funny. I didn't like. That's fine. People can have a discussion. You can have a discussion about it. Listen, someone can say, I think Ethan's an insensitive asshole for making that comment. Okay, cool. And other people can say, hey, listen, it was a joke. Not everyone gets the jokes. I get it. The one thing we don't have, but here, do they need to be flagged for a joke? No.
I
don't think he needs to be flagged. No. If he's actively, engaging people to commit acts, that's a different story, but that's not what he was doing.
Yeah, but that wasn't what it.
Shut up, Google.
Yes, that's subjective, and I will say it and with my voice. You can pay my bills, and then I'll give a shit about what you have to say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to move on to the next one, Dean?
No. Yeah.
No.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Today, Junior.
I have it. I'm waiting on Vicky to put it.
No, I was waiting on you, Dean. As per
it's
usual.
still there.
Oh, we were.
We're always waiting on you,
Did
Dean.
you not know? Did you
There's
not?
a problem
know
with
that
his
they
medulla
hate-
oblongata.
Like,
That's
we
why
all-
they're not on my channel. I
So-
don't platform these people. I don't give them my money. I don't want to hear what they have to say. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I understand that, but you also have an individual channel. I have a brand. The D-Day Cobra channel, Zack Snyder's never coming near it. Geeks and Gamers is not the Jeremy Show. It's the Geeks and Gamers brand.
But what does it stand for? If you're going to platform the people who hate,
wasn't he on that previous panel though, like cheering that Zack was going to be there?
Okay, but again, what was accomplished tonight for me and my brand? Do you think I hurt my brand tonight?
Yeah.
But yeah, look.
What do you think the answer was going to be?
Obviously,
you didn't at
I
all.
did not. I had my team that I was trying to get all that, but clearly I was like, all right, EBS clearly got a bone to pick with me, and I'm fine. Like I can face the fucking heat
with you.
I'm fucking heat,
Jeremy. It's not personal. You got to take yourself out of all of this.
I don't take anything personal.
Jeremy's the last one that takes it personally.
I don't take shit personal.
Yeah, no. But I mean, it's not about you. It's about what is going on here, and I consider us to be a group that's all working together, and we all have our own ideas
Jeremy,
about
stop
what's
taking
going
things
on.
so
But
personally.
I
take shit personally.
I wanted
What
to
you
yell.
talking about?
I wanted to come on your channel and yell. That's not what you guys wanted to do tonight, and I understood that. That was fine. So I went on my own channel and yelled.
Yeah,
I'm furious. I hate these people who
we could see how
dare
angry you are,
to talk about. I mean, they came on they came on the Geeks and Gamers channel. They called us all racist people who killed Asians. And we just stood there and said, thank you for coming. And will you accept our charity money? But we have to stick together. We have to kind of stand up for what's right. And the main thing that we got to do is build.
I get that. But I feel that you're trying to connect to me now for some random reason. But like, did you ever speak out against The Last of Us Part 2 and Naughty Dog striking my channel incorrectly, and I was on the brink of having it completely terminated?
Comments on this.
No, I don't know what Naughty Dog is.
Exactly. So why are you so invested in me all of a sudden when I'm in the center of a Zack Snyder controversy and we need to stick together? But did you speak out when my channel was literally on the brink of being deleted over 2 false flags by a major fucking studio? Like that was the worst stress I've ever been through in my life. Because I was waking up every day.
Jeremy.
Exactly.
You didn't tell me about it.
So don't act so invested.
Yeah,
let me read a few super chats here.
Probably
and,
a pretty busy guy.
Let me see. A bunch of people are going to want to beat
If
up
he doesn't
Jeremy in the
get to
super
it,
chats. I'll bet.
EVS, do you want to pay our
Jeremy,
bills?
sorry
Do you
about
wanna
this.
talk
Hollywood's
about
first.
Joshua Carnes, thanks for $5. PookieMan99 says,
this
I love
part
how
was
Porter
great.
came back into the chat to give a shout out to keep the good fight to everyone. Finbar
Is that music
says, yes,
from
I
this?
support you and your brand. I back
Yeah,
Cyberfrog because you
Okay,
stand
that
up for
confused
his
me because
man.
that's my stream
Jeremy
starting
has
music.
proven
I was like,
he
wait a minute, did my
does not
OBS open up?
support his backers. Yes, he does. Matt Grendel says, be nice until it's time to not be nice. Yeah, that's good advice from Roadhouse. You ever see that movie?
I love that movie.
Classic.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Also buy a new set of tires when you first go into town.
Yeah.
Also a good lesson.
I didn't know being a bouncer at a roadhouse in the middle of nowhere paid that well. You know, that guy he was making $500,000 a year throwing rednecks out on their ass. He says, seriously, practice your draw lots. Be ready to throw the ka-chunk switch from nice to menacing. The fandom menacing. Alien Space says, UVS never change. I'll drop you like a rock. Peter Sfat says, is it me or does Jeremy sound like the bee who tries to argue that he's won the fight as he picks his teeth up off the floor? Brigadier, I can't read this name, says, EVS S. Jeremy W. is not your team. But he's my friend. I don't think he's my team. He's got his own team. Foxstrike 360 says, Jack Snyder taught me 2 things. Weak parents raise weak children. And Jeremy and his team are wimps. Fuck Geeks and Gamers and the Snyder Cut and HBO Max. I will cancel. Jesus Christ. That is brutal. Snarpticon DM says, use your Geeks and Gamers sub money and back cash grab instead.
That's true.
Bane 1776 says, Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers' name was on the event. Should have negotiated the terms. That includes preventing statements like that. If he disagrees, you pull out. Yeah, you know what? There's something called a non-disparagement clause that maybe, again, this is a kind of educational experience. But before we have something like this, there should be a non-disparagement agreement if it's ever going to happen again. And I recommend that it isn't, because our community, as it is decided, it is a community. There are a lot of people here who really, really love the Fandom Menace and ComicsGate, and it's a big part of their lives. We don't need anyone else. We're pretty self-sufficient, so it doesn't need to happen again. But if it does, there should be a thing that says, hey, don't talk shit about my brand, asshole. I'm making money for you. Good. Joshua Carnes, thanks for $5. Pookieman99 says, I love how Porter came back into the chat to give a shout out. Oh, I read all that. I think we're basically caught up with the Jeremy abuse.
Is that all you got?
No, here's a bunch more of it.
Look at his face.
Larry Romano says, Jeremy, your brand is a eunuch. 200 Watt Studio says, Jeremy, you make a tweet, a video, tweet Zach demand an apology, not for you, not for your channel, but for your fans and the ones who wanted to support him. That's not a bad idea.
I gotta pretend to be amused, but goddamn. Let me get some thoughts out before I forget. I don't want to interrupt, but I will forget if I don't. The first thing I want to say is, Ethan, why did you just tell him I don't watch your fucking show, Jeremy? Don't say what the hell is wrong. No, dog. Just say, Jeremy, I don't watch your fucking show. I don't know. Just say that. I don't know why you didn't say that. Just say that, because that's the truth. Number two, they didn't say that you were killing Asian people, Ethan. You really stretched that one. You really stretched that one. It wasn't. That's not what they said. But yeah, just tell Jeremy you didn't watch his fucking. You don't watch his show. Just be honest about it.
Is it Jeremy abuse over? No, there's more.
Yeah, that shit was
and there
funny.
was. He continued to read them for like 10 more minutes.
It was great. Dude,
and then Jeremy left, and he's like, "Oh wait, there's even more." And it was just like endless.
Well, I stopped in that stream when it was live for a second, but there was like 6,000 people viewing it, so that chat was wild. And I was like, "All right, I'll just catch it on the replay," because I was like, I'm not gonna try to keep up with this chat. But yeah, that was something.
It really was.
Holy crap.
But it felt like the whole you weren't there. It was like a deflection. You weren't there when fucking I was being flagged. It's like, what does that have to do with what's being talked about?
He's like, what is Naughty Dog? It's like,
what is Naughty Dog? What the fuck is Naughty Dog?
It's a gaming company.
Yeah, they made Crash Bandicoot.
They made they made what was it, Last of Us 2. That's why he got flagged, because they were flagging down people who were talking about Last of Us 2, and it was pretty crappy.
He kept showing there was some leaked game footage.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah, and so that's what they were using to flag them, is they were saying it was a copyright violation.
Yeah, leaks happen all the time. At most gaming companies, they care, but they don't care too much to that degree. But yeah, that was.
I mean, no, Naughty Dog they went hard. They really
they did.
Went overboard hard. Again, I don't ever want to defend Geeks and Gamers, but they went really overboard, like ridiculously overboard.
But then he also kept doubling down on it.
Yeah.
Too. So it was sort of
but that's his.
Both sides were kind of fucked up in the whole thing.
No, well, I mean, it's stupid, but he has the right to do it, and they shouldn't have been flagging.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's my take.
True.
Yeah, I mean, especially since it was stuff that was all over the internet. It's not like he personally stole it and put it up on his channel. It was all over the internet.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
It was pretty much, you could not avoid it, and it was stupid. Naughty Dog went in all panic mode, and they just went
if they wanted to claim it or something, sure, claim it. But
I love how he was talking about, and I love Ethan's response about, I don't know what Naughty Dog is. I don't think Ethan's a gamer. I've never got the impression he was a gamer, so I don't expect him to know what Naughty Dog is. So that was
I believe he put the word "a" in front of it. What's a Naughty Dog?
We probably think it's like some OnlyFans thing. Like, what the hell's a banter?
That's probably think a more campaign would have said about me.
Frogger and Pac-Man. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess
you're a naughty
retro
gerbil.
gamer. He's a retro gamer. Okay, all right. I see the thing there. You're a retro gamer.
Oh,
it's
Frogger
fine.
and Pac-Man. Gotcha.
Yeah,
he likes retro stuff.
We like
I think
games.
Frogger is obvious.
I bet you that Ethan got a PlayStation 5 just to have one, and he just doesn't even use it.
I would have a PlayStation 5 if I could buy one and never use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one more clip. Unfortunately, it is a little long. So
Wait a minute. Longer than the ones we've watched?
Yeah, unfortunately, he has a PlayStation 4 and he doesn't play it. Yeah, it's actually 2 different videos that I mashed up together, so it ended up a little bit longer than I wanted. But I kept trying to cut shit down, but that Steve Walton guy is such a freaking spurg.
Oh yeah.
That yeah. So here we go.
It's silly. Maybe it's good. Who knows? I haven't watched any of it, so I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's making a good point, and maybe I should go F myself. If this video convinces me that I should go F myself, I will tell you that it did. Here is Stephen Walton here. With Who Needs Enemies with friends like Ethan Van Sciver, The Fall of Caesar. This needs to be said. God, I've fallen so many times.
Such a dramatic title.
So many times.
It is.
Oh, you have no this guy.
It gets even listening to him talk, man.
I've had my own run-ins with him, and I had to do a response video to him myself.
Stands for different things for different people. It has come from the backlash against The Last Jedi, Star Trek Discovery, Doctor Who, woke entertainments, woke people, far leftists who have infiltrated our entertainments and used them as platforms to espouse division and propaganda. There are certain traits that exist among those that perpetuate these types of lies, this type of mentality.
There are certain traits that exist in the groups that are fighting.
What
quote unquote
became
fighting
ComicsGate,
these
what
things.
become the Fandom Menace, the cultural backlash, the fight itself against extremists.
I agree.
Who try to paint anyone who does not agree with them in a certain light, right, racist, sexist. Pretty much, we all know.
The way this video is set up, it's like Inception. There's us, and there's
For those of you
Ethan,
that
and there's
don't know,
Steven.
I am the author of the Fandom Menace Volume 1, currently working on Volume 2, trying to finish that up and get it out to my back. I have documented as much as I can exactly the events that have taken place between the media, people, those that work within the media, acting as the writer, Fandom Menace volumes. That is what I have.
That he's written books about the Fandom Menace is just boggling.
Backlash.
I can show you my video.
It's the right.
It'll be quite. You're gonna like this.
To express yourself without consistent shame, harassment, doxing, without hate mobs being generated and sent in your direction, fighting against misinformation and propaganda, being supported by a mainstream that does not care about you or me. They only care about pressing a narrative. This is a very difficult situation for people in a company to get through. It was about the charity first and foremost. From what Uche says, right before Zack Snyder came on, they were told that he was going to have to disavow the very company, the very culture, the very group of people who supported this charity, promoted this charity, that Snyder was going to have to disavow
it. Just real quick here. I thought the charity was coming first, so the rest of it shouldn't matter, right? Didn't he just say that? That like it was about the charity first and the business second, but then they all have to be worried about their egos. And
this is all I gotta say about charity. I mean, even Mussolini made sure the trains ran on time. I really don't care about charity. So yeah.
Get out.
I don't have much respect for Zack Snyder at this point in time. Imagine the difficulty of that situation. Imagine having to put the charity first, your company second. Not just your company, but your pride. A lot of us in the Fandom Menace, we've been fighting for this thing. against woke entertainments for years under labels, duress, people trying to destroy our financial viability, our reputations. That's a lot. You don't forget who you are in that moment. You don't forget who you are. There's one person in particular in our collective, our umbrella fandom, that has been engaging in this for a very long time. Constantly loves to stir up shit. Constant. It's constant. A lot of people don't call this guy.
So you sit on the bed when you're sucking dick.
Because I think they're scared or they're afraid of what heat can be brought. Because let's face it, of all the people attached to the Fandom Menace,
my girlfriend doesn't know.
There is only one that consistently drives mobs of people, fanatical viewers, at his targets. I mean, we all talk shit, yeah. We all stand up for ourselves. Mm-hmm. We all refuse to kneel. But there's only one of us.
We
I don't even consider him of us. I don't consider him one of me. I've had to write books about this guy. I've had to write about this guy in the Fandom Menace Volume 1 and praise him. And right now, as it stands in Volume 2, pretty much done the same. I'm not looking for
Part 2, The Fall of Caesar. Fandom Menace Part 2. This man drives hate mobs against people. The Fall of Caesar.
To writing about the fall of Caesar. This isn't just
yes, I knew it.
That is based on
call it the fall of Caesar.
These are based on
Holy
action.
shit.
Because actions speak louder than words. The ego.
But it's clear that this was Uche's doing. I mean, Geeks and Gamers couldn't on their own get Zack Snyder to be a part of the charity, I guess. But, Zack Snyder might respond to somebody who's got NFL credentials. It seems like that's what happened, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm angry for my friends. I'm angry for them. At the same time, I'm angry at them. I do consider everyone there to be my friend. But they allowed themselves to be put in a situation where they could be disrespected. And for that, I gotta criticize them. I have to. I'm not perfect either. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just saying this was entirely predictable. Entirely predictable.
Is. You don't even understand the situation, the nuances of everything going on. EVS is the moral authority.
Gary's starting to get it. Jeremy's shell-shocked. Jeremy's like, I'd like to...
Oh, yeah, let's make sure to pit people against one another at this point. Let's pit Gary against Jeremy. Let's pick, I might not be the closest person to Gary out there. Gary's a good friend of mine. I consider him a good friend. We talk. I think he's a great dude. I think if anybody...
He's a great dude.
He's really one of the greatest leaders.
He's his boy.
This fan backlash, the Fandom Menace, whatever you want to call it.
I don't kneel when I suck his cock.
Together. Let's begin to shame them and pit them together. Great job. This is why EVS is the moral authority.
I'm sorry, am I swearing too much, Steve?
Fuck professionalism.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have professionalism. You can't.
Why are you asking him? It's my channel.
You gotta be a privileged
I'm sorry. I'm a misogynist.
Don't. Let's not forget, this man is the industry. He is a part of the industry. Still associates with people in the industry. Still gets paychecks from the industry. He's a wealthy, privileged millionaire. Really think he cares about you?
Who helped you get your
hold
book?
on a second. Let's be real here. I am not a wealthy millionaire. My business currently has money in it because people gave it to me to make Cyberfrog books. The idea that I'm a wealthy, pampered, privileged millionaire is cute. But no, I'm very much middle class. I hope one day to be a millionaire. And at this rate, I probably will be eventually.
All right, Ethan, don't lie. You're not middle class.
But these guys don't look at my crowdfunders and then go, this is $1 million in Ethan's pocket. No, it's business capital. It's startup capital that could lead to something good. I do care about these people. And by the way, they're making an awful lot of money too. You think Jeremy's not making? Jeremy's probably made $1 million at this.
No.
Gary probably has. Most of them are on their way to doing it.
Not $1 million.
Don't sit there and set up class warfare.
Maybe a
like
couple
because
100,000.
you've seen me make 6 figures on Cyberfrog Indiegogo campaigns that suddenly I'm an elite who doesn't care about my friends. And the idea that I am a part of the industry is ridiculous. There is nobody in the comic book industry who is not Republican or, that you haven't seen on my streams who will still associate with me. The reason I draw paychecks from Warner Brothers is because they have an agreement with me. They have no choice.
It's important stuff. Can I share my video when I had to respond to this guy who came after me like a year ago? It's only like a minute and a half.
Sure.
Okay, because I was really proud of this video.
Dean, I need you to stop sharing those videos in the back.
No.
Oh, what the hell are you showing?
The videos were
the videos are all still there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what is he even showing you back there? Like, is it dirty? Because I want to see.
All right, here. He came after me for. I had this little group, this Gray Order thing, which is no longer anymore. But he came after me when I was. This is when I was still talking to Max, Saggy, and he was going after me and Max about stuff, and he was going after me about saying Max needs to drop me or whatever. So this is my response to it.
Breaking news. We have an urgent announcement for the public. Critical news brought to you by the self-proclaimed Fandom Menace author Stephen Walton himself, author of many well-known books, namely The Fandom Menace Volume 1, A Fandom Betrayed, about the long history of 2 years of angry nerds upset about one movie that he plans to make 4 more volumes of. Stephen is a very skilled orator and writer who has trained for years. He has worked tirelessly with all the skills he has to bring you this monumental book, spanning over 700 days of angry nerd rage, angry at the behemoth that is Disney. We know how difficult it can be to plagiarize Quora posts in the effort to sound somewhat knowledgeable and intelligent, but we applaud him in his effort.
You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting.
His voice must be heard across the land, and how could it not, with how eloquent this paragon of righteousness is. His editors are working hard to make this perfect. Oh, one moment, please.
Oh yeah, he lost his editor. They had a lawsuit going over it.
Really?
Him.
Yeah.
Yes. Only one as wise as Stephen can be trusted to bring you this news, so it must be true and accurate.
So that's the end. That was pretty much all the important parts of it.
The fact that you had so many videos of animals with their poop was very concerning.
Yeah, I agree.
It was he shit talks. So
it kind of says a lot about you.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would love to see your browser history.
Yeah,
you would not like to see that.
Yeah,
I made it at the time because I was literally in the midst of running my crowdfund campaign for my novel, for my fantasy novel, and it was successful. And he was writing this, so he was writing stuff about a bunch of sweaty nerds, and I was writing an actual book. And he called himself an author and trying to come after me. I'm like, yeah, you're not.
I honestly could say I know about the Stephen Walton. I don't know much about it. It was just like, what's happening? I honestly was just like, he's making a video. EBS is reacting to it. What's happening? I don't understand. I didn't even know there was much of a connection, but you guys know I'm not like that hip with all the lore behind everything. So
I've never run across this guy until I had actually just finished downloading his video when Ethan started doing his live stream on it, and I was just like, oh man. So I sat through the live stream, so I only had to watch it once, basically.
Yeah. He's very hyped. It's like he's on a lot of coke or something.
Oh, what?
And
that's you or Dean?
No, that's Dean.
That's Dean. We talking about Dean now?
Hey, I've been very calm in this video. Do you want me? Here, I can talk like last night, Ray.
Please don't. My ears are still recovering.
But he's very, he's very high strung, and he has a lot of information to give people that a lot of people don't care about.
Okay, don't. It's just.
So, yeah, we the last thing left to cover. Bye, Risey. Is this rewriting Ripley?
So rewriting Ripley revisited.
I read their the rewriting Ripley piece about how ComicsGate and Fandom Menace and everybody who didn't like the new Star Wars movies were alt-right. So you guys didn't have to, because it was long and it was tedious. It's
a very unfair article, but it is put together very well.
Yeah, it's very
too well for whoever the has been given credit for writing it could have done.
I mean, you got to give SJWs credit for one thing. They are really good writers. They're very articulate.
No, but not the SJW writers that were given the credit for it.
This thing was lots of words and very little substance. Like,
yeah, but it comes off as like
it comes off as very academic.
Yeah.
Like there's actually something to the data mining that they did, and somehow they tie this data mining of positive and negative mentions on Twitter to the alt-right. But they never tell you in the article who this alt-right is, because the people that they're calling alt-right are people like, well, okay, Steve Bannon. I can see why they may go that way, but like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Tim Pool,
basically anybody that's ever expressed
anybody that's ever said
Tim Pool is so not all right.
If you expressed a positive opinion about Trump at any point in your life, or said something negative about feminism online, you were automatically alt-right, as near as I can tell from this article. There was there's no nuance, no nothing whatsoever. Most of the Twitter leaned positive, so I don't know what they're really complaining about. And then they also went into YouTube, and the YouTube, most of the negative accounts were gaming accounts, and they were also all labeled alt-right. They said Ethan was alt-right because he mentioned Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Right, on numerous occasions. So obviously Ethan must be alt-right because Jordan Peterson is alt-right, even though they never tell you what that means, right? But it was mostly gamers on YouTube that had negative videos about these new Star Wars movies. And they tried to parlay that into gamers were obviously more alt-right than anybody else because they didn't like these new Star Wars movies, right? Which is just the dumbest thing, because they're actually just the more hardcore fans, right? That already have platforms. So they're going to talk about it. Now, I certainly wouldn't just jump onto YouTube to bitch about Star Wars, no matter how passionately I felt about the damn stuff, which isn't too passionately. So, but it is like this. So it was an endless slog for me to get through this article, just so everybody in the chat understands. There's lots of charts. It looks like, it really says something.
I didn't even read it, to be fair with you too.
Well, it's extremely long, but the thing is that like whoever wrote it though was very they're not dumb. But the people that have been giving credit, as we're about to show,
may not have actually been who
they are dumb. They're like a couple of Raylo fans that are just you can tell by their writing it's just not the same.
But
here, let's read this post from Mr. Dongs on Kiwi Farms. Here, I should probably zoom in a little more.
You think?
Do something, Dean.
Yeah. Yeah. I got my glasses on.
Contribute something to the show.
Is that better?
Yes, much better. We can read it together.
No, we can't. So he basically says, so for a brief, if overdue, update on this post, which was just about the same thing. Last week about rewriting Ripley, the article that raised eyebrows with its professional-looking presentation. This went on, mostly ignored by the ComicsGate rank and file, but Data Racer, a rarity that is an active Fandom Menace member, dropped this Twitter thread that was swiftly amplified by the quartering, so we can just take a look at that. But the two culprits Katie McCourt and Marriott Guerrero made the classic mistake of posting the rallying cries for their anonymous cancel campaigns under their personal accounts, which were well known as mentally unstable Twitter ringleaders in the Reylo fandom. Given the matchup in names and adding that Guerrero actually confirms her age 37 in the first of the 2 Rewriting Ripley podcasts, this seems like an inexplicably sloppy misstep in what otherwise looks to be a very solid operation. In follow-up tweets, Data Racer next directs to a thread made January 2020 by Lucasfilm's social media manager, Michelle Buckman, who has since scrubbed their social media profile, calling out for academics familiar with fandoms and digital culture online, where she was connected with Bethany Lacina and Morton Bay, actual academics. It should be noted that both academics were cited heavily in the Rewriting Ripley article.
I believe those were the oh god, my brain just farted. From the article a few years ago, there was a quote unquote study done about the alt-right on Twitter, and it had a lot of the same characters: Steve Bannon, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool. So basically all of those people were already involved and labeled alt-right in a now debunked article that is heavily referenced in a positive way in the Rewriting Ripley piece.
Yeah. So this is followed by other tweets noting Pablo Hidalgo followed of the Rewriting Ripley account. Then Data Racer recounting the hit pieces penned by Katie McCourt in the past about Reylo persecution that were then carried and given legitimacy by Bethany Lacina's connection in the Washington Post, railing against the lies levied against him by McCourt in the past. Exposed the until now polished and well-presented Ripley account dissolved into incoherent, poorly spelled, sprawling Twitter spaghetti, arguing that YouTube clickbait is the first step to domestic terrorism. All right. The sort of fare that one might expect from someone whose defining personality characteristic is masturbating to Tumblr gifs of Kylo Ren, and not the rigorous academic thesis levied initially by Katie and Lady V. Everything neatly wrapped up by Data Racer with an assist from the quartering. Or is it? Studying ComicsGate for as long as I have, one gets a sixth sense when it comes to gay ops. Does a mentally ill Star Wars Reylo, no matter how obsessive, I thought that said obese at first.
Because I'm here.
No matter how obsessive, really have the capability of making all this happen? And what about the colossal drop in writing quality from academic thesis towards salad spaz out? These are telltale signs of a zombie nomicon type figure.
Yep.
Hanging
don't
in
give
the
me
back.
PTSD. Don't give me PTSD.
Hanging in the back while a useful patsy serves as the public face and leader. And inevitable reprisal recipient. But who? And then, so this is about the author of from the Rewriting Ripley. I am a Webby award-winning product and marketing analyst. And that's like really the main thing that you should really focus on, because the two girls aren't Webby award-winning
anything
product and marketing analysts, but you want to know who is? Michelle Buckman. Buckman, Vicky. Which is kind of crazy. Like actually kind of very crazy. This is the social media and digital marketing specialist in film and TV. She was the basically the Star Wars manager.
She was the social media manager for the Star Wars arm of Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, for Lucasfilm.
Yeah, for Lucasfilm.
But that's actually kind of crazy. That she. I know how to read the dude.
Well, I don't think the problem is that you know how to read is Dean. You put people to sleep when you read.
Lunga, you're one to talk.
I make things more exciting. Damn it. Anyway,
listen. He puts monkeys throwing poop in his,
that's right.
videos when he's reading. So I mean, at least
but let him make his point. Go ahead, Dean.
But it's actually, was she dismissed from Lucasfilm in order to be able to do these gaps? Yeah, no. So she doesn't work for Lucasfilm anymore.
Right.
But she is most likely the person that wrote that article.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go down some weird conspiracy rabbit hole that it's Lucasfilm and Disney behind her doing this. I think she's probably just insane and did it on her own.
No, yeah. Well, I think that she did it. I believe she did it, and I believe she did it because she hates the fandom.
I can imagine being the social media manager for Lucasfilm and dealing with, and let's face it, lots of tards.
Yeah, but it's weird though, because she got the patsies. She got the patsies. The people she worked with as are Raylo fans, and Raylo fans apparently bullied her off of fucking YouTube or Twitter.
This is most like the truth. The truth always lies somewhere in the middle, guys. Okay, here's the thing: is it this vast conspiracy by Kathleen Kennedy and Disney, and they're out to get the fans? No, dude,
I wasn't saying that at all.
But here, is there maybe a small cabal like with Pablo Hidalgo, who's probably still friends with Michelle Buckman and other people? It's like, hey, let's try together to do something. And you're not working here anymore, so maybe you can. And she's like, yeah, I'd love to do that. Sure, there probably is, but it's not some vast fucking conspiracy, guys.
No, I wasn't saying that.
No,
but it's
well, I'm commenting more what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah, but it's fucking wild though.
Yeah, I also found it quite wild that that Quartering, Yellow Flash, Tug all jumped on this. They are alt-right, which is kind of crazy to me because even looking at their Twitter, you're like, they're alt-right. And it was like some weird reflexive, let's smear them with everything we possibly can, even though pieces of shit, right? I mean, like what they did wasn't bad enough. But we have to make it even worse somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should always stick to the truthful facts, and I mean, they don't got to be called all right for us to know that they're pieces of shit. Those two girls, No.
Oh, jeez.
Right. What were you thinking?
He's gonna be nice.
Oh no! Here we go.
What were you guys thinking?
He's gonna behave.
Have you not listened to your chat?
I mean, I'm used to testify, so it doesn't bother me.
We're supposed to listen to the chat.
Wait. I'm sorry. Hi, Ray.
Is EVS still here?
He's in the chat.
EVS, if you're still here, I just want to ask, where were you last month when my phone got shut off and I needed you to pay my bill?
Are you Asian?
I needed you to pay my bill.
She's still alive. So she's.
Well, you have to be Asian to get money. Sorry, you don't hit the criteria.
Yeah,
why do you exist? I just need to know.
But it is. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, on the comment you guys are talking about, as far as alt-right, who's alt-right. Listen, there's a lot of labels thrown around. There's a lot of people who are called crazy commies who aren't. There's a lot of people who are called alt-right that aren't. What it comes from is that because of this tribalism, because of this us versus them, because of this complete split where it's either one side or the other and there's no middle ground, there's a lot of tolerance for people who are shitty.
Okay? Tolerance.
There's a lot of tolerance for people who are shitty. So there's a lot
you
of
didn't enunciate the L's correctly. You got to say tolerance.
I'm sorry. I don't have the mastery of your retarded English that you have. But. Okay. At any rate, there's a lot of tolerance for fuck shit. Okay, and
all right.
Because you're on your side, they're on your side. Let's say, like, do I think Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers is all right? No, of course, I don't think they're all right. I think they're just a bunch of fucking nerds. They're a bunch of fucking nerds. But because people on that side are their fans and are on their side of things, they side with people who can be questionable, and they're tolerant of some fuck shit.
Did you guys watch his new video he did?
No, I try not to watch of it as much as I can.
It makes it even worse.
I saw part of it.
Worse.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
then I
part
ran
of
out
it
of
too.
time. I ran out of time before the stream, so I didn't. But it started off pretty bad. He really should have somebody else write his shtick for him. But then there are plenty of people that should.
Well,
He
or
contradicted him. Yeah, he
less crack.
contradicted himself at least 3 times in the first 4 minutes. So, you know.
You know what's sad about Johnny Midnight's statement is that I actually have to say that I'm not affiliated with Testify HD.
Disclaimer. Do we have the official disclaimer, Vicky, that you could put up?
Do you guys like my new hat, by the way? Oh,
yeah. I don't have a disclaimer.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
Ethan, do you want me to leave? I'll leave.
Everyone wants to
just say
testify.
yes.
Goodbye. Just say
yes.
Say yes.
All right, I will.
Please say yes.
My hosts are saying say yes, so I'm going to say yes.
There you go.
Okay,
Bye,
I'm not going to leave then.
That's not how I feel, though. That's how apparently they feel, and they would like me to be their spokespeople. So, you know, all good.
Are you here to pay my bill?
I heard about your bill. That's terrible. How much was it?
$50.
Oh
it's Boost Mobile, Ethan. So don't worry about it. It's not that much.
How dare you?
She'll be fine.
It's Cricket. What is she
Track phone, first of all.
She'll be fine. She obviously still has her phone.
You can actually just mail her a minute card. She'll be fine.
Sounds good. So, hi guys.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for this this stream. It's just what I needed tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Though. Don't get us taken down by making off-color jokes, though.
Let me tell you what I'd like Chinese to do. I gotta watch my mouth. I swear to God, like I've got a target on my back so big right now. It's unbelievable. All these crazy women.
Well, you're a victim, Ethan.
Ethan, can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
So
if it's about the phone, Ray.
No, it's not about the phone. It's about the question. Jeez. Well, I was just gonna say, you've been doing YouTube for a long time. So were you not surprised though that they took that video down after you made that joke? Was it just like, oh crap?
Oh man. Yeah, no. What happened was, first of all, I don't even remember saying that. But I mean, all through that video, all through that night, I was probably more angry. I think I've been angrier before. Maybe you remember a video where I was talking to Pan. But
let it flow. Let it flow.
But no, I maybe that's the second most angry I've ever been, because I just felt like we didn't need this humiliation, and how could you, the hubris of it. And so in that, like, the idea was, I really feel, and Dean, I know you disagree, but I really feel that, the way that he spoke linked my friends to the kind of violence that hurt those that killed those Asian people. Eight people, 6 of them were Asian. Mm-hmm. I really feel like he was, the language he used made it impossible to not connect those two ideas. Hey, I'm not associated with this brand. Hate has no place here. My children are, Chinese. So,
No, I get you. I just think he should have not said those things back to back. I think it was like just. I get why some people think that. I don't think it was his intention, but I could be wrong.
I can see why people would think that at the
that's
time.
what I said.
Those on stream, those in the chat.
Right.
You focus.
Do I think he's an idiot? Totally.
The
he just
thing
shouldn't have
is-
said those things.
Well,
whether
the
it
thing
was
is,
intentional or not, like he should just.
You
know
could
better.
go to Twitter and you could look at the people celebrating on Twitter, and you can see that it doesn't matter what he intended. It doesn't matter what I took from it, or any of us who are you guys are not hateful with Geeks and Gamers. You guys are just kind of like they're nerds.
Oh,
but
I fucking hate them.
I've learned to hate Jeremy.
All right, never mind. All right. So in any case, well, I mean, look, if it was a war and you had to choose a side, Geeks and Gamers or the SJWs.
Yes, I don't do that tribalism, Ethan. Yes, I am a maverick. I'll just be in the middle.
Quick question. I'm not joking. Quick question.
Yeah.
What you just said, I'm not joking. If you look at it objectively, they have literally become what they hated.
Yep.
Who, Geeks and Gamers have?
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Well, I don't even want to belabor that point.
We don't need to go into it, but I'm not joking. That's what they've been doing for over a year and a half now.
It's just
we don't need to go into it, so let me go into it.
No, I mean,
I know, typical testify.
For transparency, it's just a clip moment. Ethan.
Here's the other part.
Testify's just setting up a clip moment.
Here's the other part to it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Ethan, I don't know if you know this, but Admiral Doom is dead right now.
Jesus
Christ. God.
Jesus.
Can you goodbye, Testify?
I don't know who that is. I don't know what you mean.
He doesn't even know what Naughty Dog is. You expect? Yes, they have it.
Goodbye,
But
Testify.
I was gonna say, I think the issue lied with like when Zach said from recent events. He didn't say what recent events. That's why everyone was like, "What recent events are you talking about?" And that's where people got confused because he didn't specify. If he literally said due to recent events that happened at Atlanta or whatever,
Well, then he said my children are Asian.
right? But that's what. But at first,
they are.
Right,
I thought the young lady.
I mean,
But they
the
are.
point is, I understand it. Yeah, I understand, but you knew what he was talking about, or if if he meant something else, it sure didn't seem that way. Okay?
Yeah,
so
no, I can understand.
I think this was a very subtle way of saying, look, this is what I think, and you guys can agree or disagree. I think what he was saying is, I read that article and I saw your names in there as an alt-right organization, and I asked you before I even came on this charity stream to take your logo down because I wouldn't be associated with hate. And then he came on the stream and the logo was still there, which means the Geeks and Gamers kind of crashed a charity party, right? Where they weren't wanted, which is essentially what happened. And he didn't like that. And he said, hey, I thought I told you guys I'm not associated with Geeks and Gamer. We had this conversation. And he's like, and I think it's really important in light of recent events, if Justice League can teach us anything. And all it taught me, by the way, is that, you can take a 90-minute movie and make it 4 hours by showing the whole thing in fucking slow-mo. Holy God. But if Justice League taught us anything, it's that there's no room for hate, unless it's of the alt-right.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can I interrupt you? Can I interrupt you a moment, Ethan?
Yes.
People have short memories, okay? Because he had an interview about a month before the release. Because there were a lot of Snyder Cut people who were being very vitriolic and very combative on Twitter towards people who didn't like Zach's vision, let's say. And there was a lot of fuck shit with these certain Snyder Cut followers. And it got to the point where Zach had to say, hey, listen, the Snyder Cut following is mostly a good group of people. They've raised money for charity, for suicide prevention. But however, I disavow any of these people who are spreading hate and being nasty in, the name of the Justice League online. So he already had to address this once before this. Okay, so if anything, Ethan, you've been around these people enough. He's just protecting his ass. That's it.
Well, I fully understand that and agree with that. I'm with you on that. But the problem is that the way he did it kind of aligned with the sort of the mob mentality that's going on to attack critics of Star Wars and to attack our community, to attack this critic community. He associated it with the kind of hate that leads to murder, like recent events, and my children are Asian, led to believe that that event was about hate when we now know it wasn't. All of it was a confusing, jumbled mess that essentially left the impression in the minds of people who watched it that he was associating.
Have you heard Zach talk before? Everything he says is always a jumbled mess. That's how Zach talks.
That's what I understand.
Yeah,
it sucks when you're on the other end of it.
And according to Snyder, the movie was a jumbled mess.
No, I love the movie. Shut up, you're all crazy.
No,
Can I
Zack
ask
Snyder
the one?
isn't very good.
Can I please ask the one question everybody's at?
You only get one question.
One question.
I promise you. Ethan, did you get a royalty check from this movie?
Oh, yeah, everybody wants to know that, but I won't know until much later. Like the royalties for what are they called again? They're I think they're just called straight up royalties or incentive character sharing. Character equity, that's what it's called.
Yes, it's awesome. Take it.
No, of course I will. But those checks come twice a year. They come in June and they come in July and January. So I will know maybe in July, if not the following January, if I got a royalty check for this movie. And I'm assuming I will. And of course, I let people know because I think it's useful information. Nobody has any idea how much people get paid in comics. And I think that kind of leads to exploitation. You know, it's like, well, what is $40 a page for pencils and inks a fair page rate? It's industry standard. No, it fucking isn't. You know, it's like people should know what people get paid in comics. I think that's helpful and important.
I don't want to know how much you're getting paid. I just wanted to know if you're getting.
Oh no, but I'll tell you though. I will. I told everybody what I got for the first. Mostly, I do it to annoy the left. I don't care if it goes away. Like it's just not. It's not money I've earned. You know what I mean? It's not money I feel entitled to. It's money that they give me so that it stops people from criticizing them for exploiting creative people. It's a guilt payment, right? I mean, that's essentially what these are. So if they were like, fuck Ethan, we're not going to pay him, I'd just shrug. But if they do send it, I have no problem just telling people. And, you know, I told them for the first Joss Whedon movie, there were 2 checks. One was huge. One was $94,000 and the other one was like $19,000. So it was a 6-figure payment for the Justice League movie. I think the first was for the movie and the second was for the Blu-ray. But it was astonishing. It's how we got this house. We took that money and put it right down on this house. Wonderful. It's like God is watching out for us. Well, you know.
Yeah, no, this is good information. I'm writing it down because now I know what date I need to send you my bills.
Ray, shut up.
I did not. It's important. It's important. But I do have a serious question for you. Ethan, I know I feel like I'm interrogating you, but how would you have handled this situation if it happened to you? Like, would you do what Jeremy did, or would you kind of?
I think it's clear he wouldn't.
She's getting messages from Darth.
I'm not getting
what's his name?
From nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not getting messages from nobody. These are my own questions. Because I've been talking about this with a bunch of different people, and everybody has their own take. But my whole thing is like, I would say, well, I think Jeremy should have handled it this way. So I'm asking somebody who knows these people and is a professional and worked in these industries, how he would have handled it.
How I would have handled that moment?
Well, I would say, that either that moment or the moment that followed.
Do you have a clip of it? And maybe let me see what he's saying and then let me just do it. Because it would be one of these things where, you know, you would, first of all, I would be aware. Oh, shit. I mean, it would go awry because he would leave and then everybody would blame me. But ultimately, I guess I would be in the right, I think, with the information that I've had. Like I would have said, sir, despite what you've heard, these people are not a hate group. And what you're doing right now is you're associating them, these people who fought really, really hard to get the movie made. That is going to be on television. Is going to be on HBO Max tomorrow. This dream of yours.
Wait, they're the reason for his movie? I think they are a hate group.
and that's the reason why he would leave.
I'm totally joking.
I know. I would say.
Like, I mean,
okay.
I would just literally
finish.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Let me finish, and then you can criticize my statement.
No, I'm not.
So I would say these same people, you know, who you refuse to associate, you know, worked really, really hard. Have been called toxic. Your fans have been called toxic fans. Snyder Cut fans called Snyder bronies on the internet. Worked really hard and took a lot of slings and arrows and have been ostracized from a lot of other fan movements for supporting you. Are they also somebody who you would disavow? Should you be sitting with them and you know, in this chat? So I would have said something like that. I can't. I would get worked up and I'd probably start my voice.
Quick question.
I love my haters. I love my haters.
How
Keep it coming,
long
guys.
until, because of this Snyder cut that came out?
Yeah.
You know, there's been all this stuff about the Lucas cut of the Rise of the Skywalker. Sorry.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to be until we see that?
Hopefully never, because Lucas is really bad at the whole directing thing.
Well, I agree, but I like this this is pretty neat. I mean, Solo, started out 80% of the, Disney Star Wars Solo movie was written and directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I think that was his name, Miller and Lord. Could be wrong. But it was already done, like 80% of it. And then the final product, then Kathleen Kennedy saw it and realized they were making kind of a funny movie. Like it was a Star Wars comedy. And she didn't like it. She fired them, scrapped all their footage, and then gave it to, Opie Cunningham to take over and finish. And he made a completely different movie. But, what this does, what the Snyder Cut does is it sets a precedent for, hey, there's money in letting us see what might have been. So I would like to see the Miller and Lord cut of Solo. It might be terrible, but I'm curious.
I think this is a whole process that's happening right now. Because there was the Snyder Cut thing that's been out there forever. There's been the rumors about Lucas with the Rise of Skywalker. The Solo thing. You're right. You're exactly right on that one.
Okay.
Who knows?
Are you done kissing his ass about Star Wars now?
Well, I like Star Wars.
Are you
what
done?
the hell?
So do I, and I'm not asking these
solo
questions.
Movie. Chewbacca standalone movie.
You're done, Testify. You got your 5 minutes of ass kissing. You're good now.
Stuff that would never be stuff that we would never be able to see, like Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz in the lead instead of Michael J. Fox, like the alternate Back to the Future. That movie exists, and there's no way that there would be no reason we would ever get to see that. But now maybe we can, because this movie proves that there is a lot of money in taking movies that were half finished and then dropped and restructured and releasing them on a streaming platform. So
I dig Eric Stoltz.
I want to see the movie. There's no way it's going to be as good, but Michael J. Fox obviously was meant to play that role. But I'm curious.
Andrew Weingartner is making a comic adaptation of Carlin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates.
Anyway, I'm boring. I've turned your fun live stream into something serious.
No, that was
no. Thank you very much. We're close to the end anyway. We only do about an hour normally.
It went wrong when Lunga came on.
No, it went wrong when I actually sent you the link.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
But what I was going to say, Ethan, when I accidentally interrupted you, to me, I think it's better off, like if Zach was there, is to pose a question and have him answer it rather than accuse. Like I would say, so Zach, when you're saying this, are you associating Geeks and Gamers with this tragedy, and have him answer the question?
Boy, this is the other thing. Like Geeks and Gamers is saying, we want you to clarify your statements. And I think that would be the worst possible mistake, because I think he will clarify the statement. And it will be, yes, I associate you guys with alt-right hate groups. And then once Zack Snyder says that, it's official. That's what you are. That's in the minds of everyone.
But let him say it. Instead of making an accusation that he has to refute, let him say it. That's why it's better off asking the question.
Yeah, no, I would say leave the ambiguity intact. The fact that none of us agree about what he meant is the reason why these guys are going to get
is YouTube gold, right, Ethan?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying.
That's just going to keep it alive.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. It is YouTube gold, and I applaud you as an entertainer.
All right, thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for letting me come in. I know you didn't invite me, Testify did, but thanks. I appreciate
no, you're welcome
it.
anytime, Ethan.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them I invite.
That's the only reason why he
saw
gets
it in the
link.
chat.
You said it in the chat. Testify.
Dumbass.
All right, I'll see you later. Nice meeting you, Darth Lunga and Ray. Nice meeting you guys. See you later.
Nice meeting you too.
Don't lie to them.
He's paying my bills next month. Get out of here. Mind your business.
Dean, you're just mad that he didn't say it was nice talking to you. That's all.
Right. He's never nice
I have no association with Ethan Van Sciver. I don't know how that link got to him in any way, shape, or form.
Firmly planted on his ass cheeks.
Yeah, he's still hoping to get let back in.
Anyways, guys, I think this is gonna be it for this stream. If you liked it,
what? Ray hasn't even participated in this shit.
That's cool.
Yes, she has.
She's sucking on Snowdub's frickin'.
She has literally.
Oh my god!
Unlike you,
Here.
Lucy has
Here's
one.
the, she actually asked legitimate questions rather than the
like an
kissing like you
idiot.
did.
She's getting sent messages by Snowdub. Snowdub, what the hell are you gonna say to him? That's what she's getting right now.
Ethan, I'm such a Star Wars fan. Can you validate what I love?
Because Ray just doesn't have her own agency at all.
I'm Asian, so you can't kick me.
No, I thought.
No, we can't shoot you because you're Asian. No,
exactly, you can't shoot me.
But we can kick you all we want.
Alrighty, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, chat, for showing up. Thank you so much, Lunga, Ray, for coming and hanging with us tonight.
Thank you for asking me to be here.
Everybody go check out Big Daddy's stream, which is starting after this, and it's going to be the after party, I guess.
Nice. I'll put it in the description. I should have put it in the chat, but I'll put a link to Darth Daddy Lunga's YouTube and Ray's YouTube and her Twitch in the description.
Yeah, everybody go check out none of them, actually.
Don't check me out. I'll pass. Thank you. I'll pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not coming back. Testify. I know.
It's not happening. Sorry.
We're heading out. If you guys have anything left you want to chill or say?
My comic book. I mean, Isidore and Immortal Chains.
Oh, yes.
Still up on backer kit. There's still I have about 30 issues left of Isidore and Immortal Chains. 30 copies left of the first printing that I'm trying to sell out before I do issue 2.
Shoot me the link and I'll put it in the description. Yeah. And then issue 2, you're hoping to launch when?
I'm looking at hopefully by May.
Excellent. And Ray's over on Twitch and Twitter. She's just
she's Saggy Melons.
Saggy Melons with a Z.
But no. I want everybody here to type it with the S. Type it with the S. That is me.
Type it with the S for shit.
Yes, type it in the S for shit. My awesome crappy channel.
Everybody have a fabulous night, and thanks again for joining us. And thanks again to Ethan for stopping by.
Simp.
Yep.